Today I'm discussing about like DML. DML full form is data manipulation language. DML. Initially we discussed about DDL. Now today's topic is DML. There the short code is Dr. Cat. Like D for drop, R for rename, C for create, A for alter, T for truncate. Now what is about DML. So up to DDL, like we discussing entirely about table, how to create table, how to add the columns, how to rename the table, how to truncate the table, how to drop the table. All are related to table level only. By using DDL, everything is dependent table level only. Now we are dealing with data. So we are dealing with data. So what are the commands exist in DML? In DML, we have insert, update, delete, and select. So we can select. Our short code is maybe USID, user ID. U stands for update, S stands for select, I stands for insert, D stands for delete. So DML, data manipulation language. The name itself manipulating means changing something. Like it is completely dealing with data. So by using insert, we can insert the data into table. By using update, we can update the data into table. By using delete, we can delete the data into table. By using select, we can fetch the data from table. So for that purpose, we use DML commands like data manipulation language. What is the use of DML? It is like manipulating the data, like using the data. What are the commands exist in DML? There are 4 commands using in DML. Those are insert, update, delete, select. So we'll go one by one. Insert. By using insert, we can insert the data into table. So what is the syntax for that? This is the syntax. Like insert into table name in brackets, whatever the columns exist on our database. Like what is our uh, database? Okay. What is the table exist in our database? No tables is exist. I can create one table with these columns. Create table, employee. I created one table. So table is exist, but the data is not exist. We are inserting the data. So for insert syntax is insert into table name. So our table name is employee. Insert into employee. So what are the columns exist in our table? Employee ID, name, salary, active. So those columns I can mention it here in brackets. I can open one bracket, close one bracket, and I can mention all the columns. Whatever the columns exist in our table, I can mention it here. Then values like value 1, value 2, value 3. For column 1, value 1. Column 2, value 2. Column 3, value 3. So like that, whatever the columns we have in the table, we can mention it here in comma separated value. So same column level, we can mention the values here. For example, employee ID is there. So I can mention here 101. Name, Vijay. Salary, 50,000. Active, 1. Active means 1 means he's active member. 0 means he's inactive member. So whether he's working in that company means active 1. He's left the organization means I can update it to 0. So currently he's working. So I can mention it as a 1. So I'm running this one. Insert into table, open bracket. We can mention all the column names, close the bracket, and values, open bracket. I can give the values. So integer, whatever the int data type is there, so there we don't need to mention the single quotations. Whenever we have the any var, or decimal, definitely we need to use the comma separate, like single quotations. So this is integer field. So that is the reason I'm not mentioning any single quotations. This is var. I need to mention the single quotations. This is decimal. I need to mention the single quotations. This is bit. So it might be 1 or 0 only. So no need to mention. For integer values, uh, int values, bit values. So these things we don't mention the single quotations. Rest everything we need to mention the single quotation. So I'm executing this statement. One row affected. Let's see whether it is affected or not. See, data is inserted into this table. Earlier it is empty, now the data is inserted. Employee is this one, name, salary, and one. Now I need to insert multiple data. As of now, here I inserted only one row. But now my scenario is I need to insert multiple data. I have to insert 101, 102, 103. So I need to insert like this. Insert into same all the columns, values. Earlier I have inserted up to here, right? Now I can mention write comma and then open bracket second set, then comma third set value I have inserted. I am executing this. So three rows affected. Let's see. See, there are multiple ways. Whenever you want to insert single, you can write it like this. Whenever you want to insert the multiple values, then use the comma and use the every time you don't need to mention the values. So one time is enough. This is the actual data result set by using the comma separated. So whenever you need to insert multiple records, you need to keep like this. And third one. So I know only employee ID and name information. I don't know about salary and active information. In that case, I need to mention the null values here. I know only 105 and this is like Ajay. I don't know about his salary and active information. So instead of empty, I can keep it like null. One row affected. Execute. So whatever the information you know, you can fill up those information. Remaining, you can write as a null. You can insert the values as a null. See, I know these two information. I don't know these two. So I insert a null values. And second one, I don't know these two values, right? Instead of inserting null values, I can mention only the whatever the columns I know. Those columns only I can keep it here. I don't know salary and active column, right? So I removed here in the list and values. I know these two values. This is Raja. I know these two values only. So I'm executing this. One row affected. Again, by default, it takes null. See, even if you enter null, it will take. If you not enter these two values, it will treat like again null values only. There are two ways. This is up to you. If you want to use like this, that's fine. Otherwise, this is also it will accept. And third one, as of now in my table we have this data, right? Select star, like select star from employee. Here star means all columns like employee ID, name, salary, active. So all columns should commit here. Select star from employee. If you want any specific column, like I need employee ID only. So select employee ID. I execute this. So it will come only that column only. I need employee ID and name. I need only these two columns. So instead of star, I can mention these two columns only. So I will get those two columns only. Like that, if you want all the columns, you can write it here star. Otherwise, whatever the columns you need, those columns only you need to mention here. So it will show only those columns. That is different. So here I am running like a select employee ID name salary active. Okay, it was showing this result set. So same result set I can insert into my employee table. In employee table, this 6 rows is exist. Again, I'm copying that employee table and inserting into same table. Understand what is happening? Say yes or no. Hello? Rajat, is it understand? Gautami?
Yes, sir.
So here what is happening? When I run this select statement, we are getting 6 rows, right? So I'm copying these 6 rows and inserting into same table. So again, 6 into 6, 12 rows will be inserted. Like this also we can able to insert like see 6 rows affected. Earlier it is 6 rows. What I had done here, I copied this 6 and insert into same table again this 6. So it is accepted. Like this way also we can insert. And second way, so I know all the column names, right? So whatever the column names here, I'm not mentioning here. Insert into table values, I can write like this. Srilekha. Insert into table name. I didn't mention any column names here, but make sure all the values I have given here, right? So I'm executing this. See, it is affected. Let's see whether it is. See, it is inserted. So here, and I didn't mention any column names, but still I inserted the values. So they will treat. So all the 4 columns, all the 4 values I have given, it is inserted. So let's take example. I am removing these 2. Go to me. When I insert this, it does not allow. Why? Because number of columns and number of values it didn't match. That is the reason it is failed. So column name or number of employed values does not match table. So earlier the total number of columns is 4. Values also you have given 4. So that is the reason it is accepted. Now what would happen? The number of columns is 4, but you have given the values 2. So it has confused whether you need to insert in employee ID, name or salary or active. So that is the reason it failed. It is showing like number of supplied values does not match. So column names is 4, but number of supplied values is 2. So it throws error. But here you need to mention like this employee ID comma name. When you mention like this, it will allow. See here number of column names and number of values is matched. So that is the reason it allowed. Got it? So these are the ways to insert the data into table. Single, if you have single value, you can insert like this. Insert into table, employee name, salary, all the column names. Whatever the column names we have, all the column names you can write it here in comma separated value. And data you can write it like this in values, open bracket. If it is an integer field, directly you can enter the value. If it is other than int or bit, you need to mention the like a single quotations like this for varchar, for decimal. This is for single statement. And if you have multiple values, you can write it like this, like values bracket open, and this one you can separate it with the comma, and again this is one set and this is one set. You can execute like this. If you have you don't know the all the values, you know few column data only, like you know employee and name, you don't know the salary and active, you can write like a null this way. Instead of this, you can follow like this as well, this approach as well. Anything is fine. And you can insert the data from table to table. Like you can select the data and insert into this table. And this make sure if you entered any value, same column names you can write it here. That is good approach. So whatever the data you are entering here, so that the values column name, make sure you can enter it here. So it will avoid the confusion. Okay. Is there any questions for insert? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So shall I move to next? Any questions here? Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, sir, clear.
And I'm going to explain the update. So insert is completed. Now I'm talking about update statement. So as of now, we are inserting the data into employee table. Now I have the scenario to update the information. So Vijay is there. I need to update the 50,000 to 60,000. So for that purpose, I use update statement. So what is the syntax for update statement? Update table name, set column equal to value. This employee ID, name, salary, active. These are the columns and value is these things. Like 101 is value, Vijay is value, 50,000 is value, 1 is value only. So column equal to value. So name equal to Vijay, salary equal to 60,000. So like that we need to write. So where condition. So without condition, what would happen? So it will update all the rows. So instead of that, you need to update any particular row. So you need to write the condition, where condition. So column equal to value. For example, update employee salary equal to 60,000. For which row I need to update the 60,000? Only for Vijay. So I know some input like employee ID equal to 101. This is Vijay's employee ID. Okay, this is Vijay's employee ID. Only for that row. So whenever we have employee ID 101, this one and this one, these two rows will be updated with 60,000. If I not use where condition, if I run like this, like update employee set salary equal to 60,000, all the rows will be, all the salary rows will be updated with 60,000. Instead of that, I can give the where condition, where employee ID equal to 101. So only for this and this row, these two rows, salary is updated with 60,000. So I know the name equal to Vijay. In that case, I will write like this, name equal to Vijay. So only it will update this row, name equal to Vijay, this row, name equal to Vijay, this row. If I give Ajay, so what will happen? It will updated here and it will update here. So I'm executing. Update employee set salary equal to 60,000 where name equal to Ajay. So here and here these two rows will be updated with 60,000. I'm running. Execute like it affected two rows. So select star from employee. See Ajay is updated 60,000, right? Here also 60,000. Now I need to update the Rajat salary and active status both at a time. I know the information. His employed is 106. So I'm writing like first input I know. What is the input I know? Employee ID is 106. I need to update the salary and active. So salary equal to 40,000, comma, active equal to 1. This is my input. So I know the information like his employee ID is 106. I need to update the two columns for the 106 row. First column salary equal to 40,000. comma, in the same row, I need to update the active as well. Same row. This is my input. These two I need to update. Salary equal to 40,000, comma, active equal to 1. So when I execute this, see, at a time, two rows it is affected, right? In single row, two values has updated, 40,000 and 1. Understand? So now I can give unmute any one of you. I can tell one scenario. Ajay, Srilekha.
Sir, I have connected in my mobile, sir. I don't have laptop right now.
Just I say like unmute. I can give one scenario. You can tell the update query. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
whenever the salary is 50,000, I need to change the active to 0. Tell me the update statement. Again, I am telling the query. Wherever the salary is 50,000, that row's active is updated with 0. This is my input. This is my output. So whenever we have salary is 50,000, those actives is updated with 0. Now tell me the update statement.
Update employee.
Update employee. This is output, right? Set active equal to 0. This is output, right? So active
Yes,
equal
sir.
to 0. Where this
Where
is the input.
salary equal to
Where salary
yes
equal to 50,000.
50,000.
So input, whatever you have input, that should be in where condition. This is your output. This should be executed, right? That should be in set
Yes.
statement. So I am executing this. Two rows affected. Let's see. It is executed like that. So it is here 50,000. So it is 0. This is 50,000. It is 0.
Okay, sir.
So two rows is the two rows affected. Like that, we need to write the update statements. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall I move to next one?
Yeah, okay, sir.
So in DDL we covered insert and update. Third topic is delete. So whenever I want to delete any row, for this, here it is there. I don't want the Vijay's row here. I need to delete this row. As of now, we have this. I need to delete this Vijay row and this Vijay row. For that purpose, we have delete command. So what is the syntax for that? Delete from table name where condition. Condition is nothing but column equal to value. This is our input. I know name is Vijay. I need to delete that row. So here where condition I can mention name equal to Vijay. Delete from table. That row should be deleted. So delete from table name where name equal to Vijay. So for Vijay, we have like two rows, these two. So delete from table name equal to Vijay. Two rows affected. When I run this select star from table, see, Vijay is deleted in this table, right? Similarly, I know his employee ID. His employee ID is 105. So delete from employee where employee ID equal to 105. See, I'm executing this. So four rows affected. So it is deleted. See, employee ID 105. Four rows is there. Those four rows deleted. Like that, we can use the deletion. This is simple. Delete from table where input. In which row you need to delete. Whether you need to give Employee ID, it will delete that row. If you give name equal to Vijay, that row will be deleted. If you give active equal to 0, those rows will be deleted. If you give salary equal to 50,000, those rows will be deleted. Like that we use delete. So if you delete delete from employee, simply if you run this statement, all the data will be deleted. Like truncate. Truncate will delete all the data. Na? Truncate. So when you perform truncate table name, this all the data will be deleted. Similarly, delete also delete all the data. Delete from table. So here you didn't mention any condition. You need to mention this or you need to this row or that row, right? Simply it will delete all the data. If you write like delete from table, it will delete all the data. Whenever you mention any where condition like id equal to 101, in that time only it will delete that particular row. Otherwise, it will delete all the data. Okay, that is delete statement. And last one, select. Obviously, we are from starting onwards, you are writing like select star from table, right? That is the syntax for the select. Select star from table name, where condition. When you select like select star from employee, it will show all the data. So we have where condition, where name equal to Vijay, it will show only that name equal to Rajat. It will show only those two rows. Name equal to Asha. Execute. It will show only those two. If I want employee ID, employee ID equal to 105. So there is no data employee ID with 105. 103 is there. So employee ID equal to 103. Executed. 2 times found will came. Like that select statement we can write. If you want any particular, we can mention instead of star, we can mention like this. Star means all columns. So select these two columns from table where employee ID equal to 103. So it will show those two columns data only. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on this DML concept? Any questions? So DML, why we are using DML? To manipulate the data, we use this DML commands. What are those? USID, user ID. This is the hard code. Just remembering purpose, I am explaining this USID. When I ask what is the DML commands, you just like remember this keyword USID. Okay, DML means USID. U stands for update, S stands for select, I stands for insert, D for delete. So going forward, it might be a chance to forget the like all the four. So that is the purpose. You remember DML means USID. So U stands for update, S means select, I means insert, D for delete. Similarly, DDL like Dr. Cat. D for drop, R for rename, C for create, A for alter, T for truncate. So in further, when I ask what are DDL commands, you need to remember this keyword and you can form like D for drop, R for rename, C for create like that. Similarly, USID like update, select, insert, delete. Okay, insert. By using insert, we can insert the data into table. By using update, we can update the data into table. By using delete, we can delete the data from the table by row manner. By using select, we can select the data from table. By using where condition, we can fetch the particular data. Is, is it clear? So I'm pasting this into, this is the base we have to insert the update delete. So shall I fast up the classes or else like this I can explain? Hello? Yes. Hello? Gas drill account. Sorry.
Like this, it is okay, sir.